There is a specific kind of exhaustion that hits you in the dark. It is not the cozy, drowsy feeling of drifting off. It is a heavy gravitational pull that wakes you up. You might know the routine. You went to bed feeling proud of yourself. You finished dinner early, perhaps by 6 p.m. or 6:30 p.m. You drank plenty of water. You did everything right, according to the standard rules of healthy aging. Yet somewhere between 2:01 a.m. and 4:00 a.m., the peaceful silence is broken. You are suddenly awake, but notice how you feel. You likely don't feel hungry in the traditional sense. Instead, you might feel a strange lightness in your head, accompanied by a heavy, sluggish pounding in your chest. Your mouth might be incredibly dry, like sandpaper. You might feel a desperate need to use the restroom, even though you didn't drink anything immediately before bed. It feels physical. It feels urgent. And when you try to close your eyes, your heart is thumping just hard enough against the mattress to keep you from drifting back off. For many people over 50, this is the nightly betrayal. You are making sacrifices to be healthy, eating early to manage your weight or digestion, yet your reward is a broken night and a foggy morning. The truth is, that disciplined 6 p.m. dinner habit, when combined with another common good behavior, is creating a hidden imbalance in your blood. You aren't waking up because you are stressed. You are waking up because your body is trying to maintain its internal pressure. To understand why this happens, we have to look beyond blood sugar and look at something even more fundamental: your internal plumbing, specifically your blood volume and electrolytes. We are often told that to be healthy, we must cut salt and drink gallons of water. We are also told to stop eating early to lower our insulin levels. When you follow this advice, something dramatic happens to your kidneys. When you stop eating at 6 p.m., your insulin levels naturally drop. This is generally a good thing for burning fat. However, insulin has a secondary job that is rarely mentioned. It tells your kidneys to hold on to sodium. When insulin drops low during your evening fast, your kidneys get the signal to open the floodgates. They start dumping sodium into your urine. Here is the problem. Water follows sodium. As you lose sodium, you also flush out water. This is why many people lose several pounds of water weight when they first start intermittent fasting or eating early. But in the middle of the night, this flush creates a crisis. As you lose fluid, your total blood volume decreases. Your blood literally becomes harder to pump efficiently because there is less pressure in the system. Now it is 3 a.m. You haven't eaten in 9 hours. Your electrolytes have been flushed out. Your blood pressure dips slightly too low because of the fluid loss. Your brain senses this drop in pressure. It realizes that if pressure drops too low, oxygen won't get to the vital organs efficiently. It identifies this not as dehydration, but as a survival threat. So, it pulls the only lever it has to raise blood pressure quickly: the adrenaline lever. Adrenaline constricts your blood vessels. This tightens the pipes, raising your blood pressure back up to a safe level. It keeps you alive and functioning, but adrenaline is also a stimulant. It is the reason you wake up with that thumping heart sensation. It is the reason you feel wide awake and perhaps a bit anxious. Your body has just performed an emergency squeeze of your vascular system to compensate for the lack of minerals and fluid. This explains the heavy feeling and the dry mouth. You are experiencing a cellular drought. The irony is that many people respond to this by drinking more plain water during the evening, thinking they are hydrating. But drinking plain water without minerals, while in a low insulin state, actually flushes out electrolytes faster. It accelerates the problem. You are effectively washing away the very minerals your nervous system needs to stay calm and asleep. So, how do we fix this pressure drop without giving up the benefits of an early dinner? We need to change how we hydrate and how we breathe. Here are 2 adjustments to keep your internal pressure stable so the alarm never rings. The first shift is to stop drinking plain, empty water after your dinner. From 7 p.m. onwards, treat water as a delivery system, not just a beverage. If you are going to drink, you must add a hitchhiker to the water, something that helps your body hold on to the fluid rather than just filtering it through to your bladder. Consider having a small glass of warm water with a generous pinch of high-quality sea salt or pink salt. If you're concerned about sodium, you can use a specifically balanced electrolyte powder that contains magnesium and potassium. This small addition changes the chemistry of the water. The minerals act like magnets, holding the fluid inside your cells and your blood vessels. This maintains your blood volume through the night. When your blood volume stays stable, your heart rate doesn't need to spike, and your brain doesn't need to release adrenaline to constrict your veins. You might find that you not only sleep deeper, but you also stop waking up to use the restroom because the water is staying in your body, not running straight to your bladder. The second factor that depletes your hydration and minerals at night is how you breathe. As we age, the tissue in our throat softens, and many of us unintentionally begin breathing through our mouths while we sleep. Mouth breathing is biologically expensive. When you breathe through your mouth, you exhale a massive amount of moisture. Think of seeing your breath on a cold day. You are literally dehydrating yourself with every exhale. Furthermore, mouth breathing signals the sympathetic nervous system, the stress system. It keeps your body in a state of low-grade alert. To counter this, we need to enforce nasal breathing. The nose is designed to trap moisture and humidify the air. It retains the fluid you need. A simple, safe way to encourage this is using a small strip of porous surgical tape or a dedicated sleep strip. You place it vertically over the center of your lips. This is not about sealing your mouth shut aggressively. It is a gentle sensory signal that reminds your jaw to stay closed and your tongue to rest on the roof of your mouth. By keeping the mouth closed, you stop the moisture loss. You maintain the right balance of carbon dioxide and oxygen in your blood, which acts as a natural sedative for the nervous system. It prevents the dry mouth that wakes you up and signals to your brain that you are safe, hydrated, and ready for deep, restorative rest. The 3 a.m. wake-up call is often just a misunderstanding between your healthy intentions and your body's mineral needs. By shifting from drinking water to hydrating with minerals, and by ensuring your breathing supports moisture retention, you can stop the internal pressure drop. You can allow your heart to beat slowly and softly, carrying you through to morning. Once you have stabilized your sleep, the next step is to look at the other end of your day. There are specific morning habits that can either reinforce this calm or undo it entirely within minutes of waking up. To learn how to start your morning in a way that protects your energy for the long haul, click the video appearing on your screen now.